ultimately, the beginning of the season, Thiago Motta was a wanted manager. Bologna were flying. They qualified for Champions League, and they were supposed to move forward from Allegri's boring defensive, defensive, right?
Right.
The fortitude, right? Juve, heart, desire. Okay, I love that. But then you also have to have creativity and attacking prowess and excitement going forward. It's been everything but that.
A couple things happened in Serie A. One was in the Coppa Italia, and one was in the league. Okay, we'll start Coppa Italia first, and then we'll get into. I'm really triggered on this one. Coppa Italia, Juventus lost to Empoli. Empoli are currently 18th on the table in Serie A. That's in the relegation zone, and they beat Juve in Turin on penalties to advance to the Coppa Italia semifinals. Juve are out of the Champions League. They're out of Coppa Italia. They're currently in 4th in Serie A, holding on for knuckling it right now. And Weston McKennie started the game as captain. Let's start there. Chuck, your thoughts on Juve and their season overall. It's falling apart.
It's so inconsistent, Jimmy. When I look at Juve, I think of ultimately the beginning of the season, Thiago Motta was a wanted manager. Bologna were flying. They qualified for Champions League, and they were supposed to move forward from Allegri's boring defensive, defensive, right?
Right.
The fortitude, right? Juve, heart, desire. Okay, I love that. But then you also have to have creativity and attacking prowess and excitement going forward. It's been everything but that. It's been a lot of side to side. Okay, we have possession. We're not just launching it forward. We're creating chances, but are you really creating chances? Are you creating different chances? I love Weston McKennie, how he's been able to move forward, taking responsibility from, on the outskirts. I don't know if he's wanted here. I don't know if he's meant for this new era of Juve I'm the guy. I need to be on the pitch because I helped this team win and I know how to win. And I'm a competitor, to rocking the captain's armband. Think about the juxtaposition from he's out of the plans to captain at Juve.
Right.
And then I look at what Timothy Weah has also done, figuring out a way to, whether it's been an attacking right wing, left wing, striker, right back, left back, but figuring out a way that I need to be on in the team as well. It hasn't gone smoothly. And you could say, okay, Kolo Muani, he's brought in as a striker and loan because Vlahovic has not been the answer, and I don't think he is the guy moving forward.
He missed a penalty tonight, and he also missed a really good chance, Chuck. But keep going.
Yeah, so you give kind of the credit to the players because I think from a manager standpoint, it hasn't gone the way it's supposed to go. But what's that leeway for a manager? Because we've seen teams with different philosophies. We'll give the coach 2 years. We'll give the coach a year. Do you give the coach 6 months? At what point do you say it's not going as he hasn't even met the minimum requirement?
So what's interesting, Juventus are in 4th on 49 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're 5 points behind Atalanta, who are in 3rd. And 7 points behind Napoli, and technically only 8 points behind Inter at the top. Lazio right behind them with 47, Bologna 44, Fiorentina 42, Milan 41. We'll get into Milan in a second. What's interesting about Juve, 43 goals for, 21 against in 26 games. So they're defensively doing pretty well, right? Only giving up 21 and 26. Their goal differential is plus 22.
That's what we saw from Allegri.
I know. What's crazy, listen, everybody, 26 games. They've lost 1 in the league. 12 wins, 13 draws, and 1 loss. There's a lot of clubs that would love that record. They would take that record. But based on what you're explaining, and obviously the history of Juve and what they've achieved and over the years, and even under Allegri, and now that they're out of 2 cup competition, it just isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. And it's kind of funny to say that, despite, okay, if you take away if you just said, hey, listen, Chuck, if Juve says that, hey, by round 26, we'll only have 1 loss, I think as a Juve fan, you'd be like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
But you're in fourth right now. You're in fourth.
So
Crazy,
here's my
dude.
thing.
That's crazy.
You look at where he is, right? Only one loss. It's great, but from the foundation of we got to attack because our defensive structure is sound, and it has been. It's not about us defending. It's about us going forward. It hasn't been great, but they're draws instead of losses. So I think from a Juve standpoint, you say, okay, we'll give you another year. This is part of the project, part of the plans. You look at it, Milan in 8th. That's not good, which they sacked the manager, but Conceição is probably just as bad.
Fonseca, we could argue that Fonseca might have been better. Paulo Fonseca, the previous manager,
if you gave him the same additions that you gave Conceição, Fonseca, you could argue would be better, in a better position than what Conceição is.
It's possible.
And so to build off of that, I know we haven't even segued to Milan, but
well, you're working on it. Keep going.
Let's go into what Christian Pulisic has done, because it feels like nothing's going to change at Juve, right? Thiago Motta is going to finish.
No, nothing's going to change. He's going to the season,
and they're in 4th. So as long as they're in the top 5, I don't see a big issue, anyways. And I don't. Do you see them dropping out of the top 5?
Well, top 5 doesn't matter anymore because
top 4. Sorry,
they're not going to have the coefficient, right? So they need the top 4. No, I think the benefit now of Juve being out of all these other competitions is that they can just focus on Serie A. They can focus on their domestic league and try to get results. They've got a couple games in there, Roma, Atalanta, that are going to be tough, but they've got some ones that they should win. The problem is, Chuck, just to put a bow on this Juve conversation, they're not winning the games that they should. And that's why they have a lot of draws this season. I do fully expect Juve to get top 4, but I don't know how it's going to change. You just got to make some player changes. You know where I think they really lack is when Bremer went down early, the center back. When he went down early and got a season-ending injury, that just changed everything. And I don't think they've really replaced him like for like.
Yeah, but they don't have to. They have 21 goals against. Their defense is not the issue.
Yeah, but he's got the leadership presence. You know,
No.
I don't know. You're right. Okay, that's fair. But like
defensively, they're good. It's what it is if you stick with Vlahovic, which is what they did to start the season when there was all these question marks last year. I would have said go in a new direction, sell him right now, which is I would say you could probably argue that his price, if you were able to sell him, would probably be in the still 60, 70 million euro range. Now we're talking 40 maximum.
Right. Okay.
He's been so underwhelming.
Oh, look at you. He got to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. So if you want more average to good content, then you know where to go find it. Go peruse our channel, then hit like, then hit subscribe, and of course, turn on your notifications so that you never miss a show. We'll see you next time.